Yeah, we'll stop it at Sokolov, and then we'll just watch the cutscene, all that fun stuff, and then essentially finish the level.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Yeah, this is going to be a long episode.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Okay. This won't be too difficult. So yeah, just crawl up. So the tranquilizers also will knock someone out, kind of once they're ready to be knocked out. And the good thing about using tranquilizers, so he's already knocked out, is just the fact that, is that a dude over there? Is going non-lethal is a great great idea, because they generally don't give a shit. If they get shot with a tranquilizer, they're like, well, as you saw, they're like, huh? And then if you wake someone up, if they wake, someone does find the body, which might happen, but it's going to be totally inconsequential, because who cares? But they won't even care. They'll just get up and like, oh, I got caught sleeping. So this is probably the best way to do it. Going inside, there's tons of guards. We don't want guards. Guards are the worst. As you can see, there's probably one crawling through there. I swear there's like at least one in there, inside. And then there's this dude over here. Yeah. Just gonna reorient myself. So yeah, tranquilizer. That is the way to play this game. If anything, I personally recommend it. Going non-lethal is a better approach. And then change our camouflage to look cool. I usually go with splitter. I'll use squares. But good thing is we have the high ground here. See. Where is the other guy? Okay. So yeah, just drop in. Yeah, always be like, because you can actually still botch that up. So yeah, we're in camouflage mode. But yeah, you can totally botch that up. You can just drop down and he'll see you like, hey, what is that guy? And then you'll have to get out of your alert phase and blah, blah, blah. And Sokolov's just burning shit. Like burning all his plans.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the Army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
Especially now.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
So, very quick, Earth, shattering your immersion for a second. So, everybody talking in this game, well, at least around here, is speaking Russian. So
Major,
think of it like
Sokolov is safe with
think
me.
of it's like
He's
dubbing
doing
it.
fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get
I mean, they're
Sokolov to
speaking
the recovery point.
English.
We'll rendezvous with
I
you
know.
there.
Roger.
Want to be those
What about the
horrible
sentries?
people. They're speaking
No one spotted
American.
me.
American.
I see.
See,
What about the boss?
look how good we did.
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
And so
What
Snake saying no one spotted me,
Probably just a
that can
weak
actually
signal.
change.
Just
So if you
hurry and
killed
get
someone,
Sokolov
he'll be
out
like,
there.
I had to kill some people, but no one knows we're involved. Or like, it actually that little no one spotted me depends on your actual real performance. So no one spotted me. Everybody's tranked. No alerts. We're good. So yeah, so the reason why, so if you hear some of the Russian soldiers, they don't have Russian accents because you wouldn't have a Russian accent if you were speaking. It's like dubbing. It's like normal dubbing. Animu dubbing. They don't have accents, or I don't even know how an Osakan accent or whatever. But everybody's on equal terms, which is cool.
Freeze!
And sucks that we're surrounded. Just throw a smoke bomb and be like Batman.
So this is the legendary boss. Huh? We meet at last.
Now we're introduced to one of my favorite characters.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz.
Especially in Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4.
What's a crew soldier
He becomes so
doing here?
much fun.
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Heh. That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
I would love to do stuff like that. Just do 180 turns like, meh. I'm a
Sokolov is
cartoon
ours.
character.
Now get out of here.
They don't have eyes,
Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
which is
What?
kind of creepy. So Russians gunning down Russians. Ah! And one cool thing I really like about Ocelot, like, they actually showed the, it happened not too long ago. Someone made a cool video of, so that guy's real.
Can't
All
say it feels good
all
to
the
kill a
gun twirling,
comrade.
that's real.
It is for the GRU.
That's all motion captured by a
Sokolov,
dude.
take cover.
His name is Tornado Yoshida, which is the most coolest name ever. And he's like, hey, what's up, bro?
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
I want to do that to people. I'm like, and then have like a whole self-esteem team.
GRU operatives?
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Yep, very lucky. Well, not necessarily luck.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
So that guy will fall asleep eventually. And digging your elbow into someone's spine. Yay.
Impossible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
So that's just fan service to the first Metal Gear. Because when you fight, when you actually do fight Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid 1, he's like, yeah, you're pretty good. So, it's got some fan service to this game. But, in a good way, I suppose.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
So, I mean, KGB, it's almost like if the CIA, I'm trying to think if GRU, I think GRU is more of like a special forces, kind of like a Navy SEALs or whatever. So it's like at the end, it's pretty interesting thinking about like a crazy power struggle such as that. Oh, actually, before we progress, I actually want to show you some dumb funny stuff that you can do. Let's see if I can. So, in Metal Gear Solid, simple spoiler, Ocelot here, he becomes the bad guy. Becomes a very bad guy. And we gotta stop it. So, how do we stop it? Oh, this would technically get you, so if you kill any of the characters that are in the future games.
You can't do that. The future will change. You'll create a time paradox.
So yeah, the Colonel Campbell from the Metal Gear Solid, the Solid games with Solid Snake, not the Naked Snakes. He'll scold you and be like, yo, you shouldn't do that. Oh, also one funny thing. I just want to show one funny thing before we progress. So first thing, let's change that camo. That camo is not good. I would never recommend running out around in 25% camo. I guess to be fair. So yeah, I generally recommend running around in the best camo you can. Actually, Tiger Stripe's a pretty good one. Actually, yeah, Tiger Stripe's a pretty solid one for most part. But one funny thing. So yeah, you hit R1 to the viewer. You can, if you spin Snake around a bunch, I'm not sure how many times, we're going to spin him around for a few, well, not a minute or so. Not a minute. That should be good. So the fun thing is, if you run back, you'll make him throw up. It's kind of funny. That is a good thing, because, like, I'll show you guys. So, since we lost health, let's eat some stuff.
I want some more.
So yeah, I recommend the Indian gavels or gavels, and calorie mate is the best thing you can eat. Calorie mate is an actual real food. I have had some. It's actually pretty good. I'll have to do that for later. I will buy a calorie mate off Amazon and eat it for everybody. So yeah, it's good stuff. And eat the alligator.
Not too bad.
And the cool thing is about it is if you just start eating actually screw it, might as well. But if you start eating more, like you will actually get used to the taste, and you will your body will actually demand it more. So that's the cool thing I like about this game is it has some realism to it to a certain extent. It's still video gamey as hell, but it's got some realism to it. Though the other modern games have essentially been streamlined, which is an unfortunate thing.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer.
Actually, yeah.
They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Spetsnaz
Calm
is
down.
the special
I'll
forces.
get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask.
Look.
So this is what they were after. That yeah, if you hit triangle, you can zoom in. So
That's what they were making you build.
that is
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth.
it's a big ass
capable
tank.
of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain.
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo.
So this is what Metal Gear is always
Is
about.
that thing finished?
Fighting a big scary crab monster. Or this is a big scary crab monster.
Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2.
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War.
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
So essentially, the Shagohod, that crab monster over there, and Metal Gears basically are big walking nuclear tanks that can shoot from almost any terrain, which is pretty damn scary in real life. Oh, always do be careful when this bridge over here. It's a little scary because it wobbles a bunch. And hey, look, it's the boss.
Boss?
Yeah, because you literally can lose your balance and kind of fall over and hang, and you essentially lose time.
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Oh no, Storm from X-Men is coming.
Huh?
Not really. So, you get introduced yourselves to some crazy new characters. Which, is pretty some supernatural shit, because I have no clue how bees have magical powers and you can lift someone up with the power of bees. But hey, this is Metal Gear. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens in this game. You just kind of stop asking questions.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
So that is the Cobra unit. They all got magical powers, and they helped.
It's raining blood.
They essentially turned the tides in World War II.
Is he crying?
And there is the sorrow. So yeah, supernatural stuff. But that's what kind of makes this game more interesting. It could just be big guy with machine gun, or big guy with shotgun. But it's actual, like, legit, like, supernatural shit of, like... So this dude just has force lightning powers.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
And everybody's just over the top.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads.
It's kind of scary that you just drop them.
These will make a fine gift for me.
This
I would
can't
never...
be happening.
Like,
Who
ooh.
is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
So the Cobra unit is basically,
Think you can pull the trigger?
actually, I'll explain after this. So yeah, she does some cool, legit, disarming shit. Just rips off the slide. Just tosses at him. This is so cool. So she's your mentor, and she beats your ass.
He's seen my face. We can't let him live.
Well, the frame rate went kind of crappy for a minute.
If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished.
Oh yeah, he has kind of cool bullet powers.
He must
Like,
die.
like he can ignite the bullet underneath
He's
the
my
bottom,
apprentice.
like the
I'll take
propellant,
care
and
of
just
him.
shoot it out.
Jack, you can't come with us.
But I'm still gonna give you my hand. Come on, it's a trap. So if you ever wanted an explanation why Snake gets his bandana, that's why. Because you look at it and it's like, where's his bandana? It's like, there it is.
The new blood has been rejected.
So the Cobra unit, so what was she was talking about, the whole emotion into battle. So that the B guy is called the Pain.
Are we done here?
You saw the Ghost guy is called the Sorrow.
Now, onto Sokolov's research.
There's the Fury, and the Fear, and the End. So
Shagolahad is ours.
that is pretty much the emotion they carry into battle. And hers is the joy, so she kind of likes that stuff. She's like, yeah.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
I don't know why you'd park a hind right there. Just park the helicopter a little ways. And then, of course, because this is video games, we magically survive.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure,
So
you
in
can
this
start the
game, you
treatment.
actually have to take care of your bodily
Healing is
injuries.
divided into
Broken
treatment using
arms,
medicine with the item
gunshot
window button,
wounds,
and surgical treatment using the weapon window button.
a bunch of stuff.
Your
Which I think
injuries
is kind of
include a
cool.
fractured left
It does slow
elbow and
things
wrist bone,
down
and
to
lacerations on
to a
your
big
upper
crawl,
arms, right elbow, and
but
abdomen.
it's
They
not that.
need
It's
to be
actually not
fixed
that
using
bad.
surgical treatment.
Like this
Move the
game
healing cursor
is.
with the left
I mean,
stick to
even
the
by
affected
today's
part of your
standard, it's still
body.
pretty good.
Once you've selected
Pretty
the
damn
affected
realistic.
area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the
Well,
medical
realistic
item,
to a
and then
point.
press the enter button.
You know what I'm trying to
With
say.
this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
So yeah, as you can see, my red health bar. That's what happens when you get hurt. You essentially lose the ability to get health, or whatchamacalls, recover health. So the white would be your new health bar, which would probably be only a couple shots and you'd be dead. Dang, I got a lot of cuts this time. So first thing, septic bandage. Also, oh yeah, disinfect it. So yeah, disinfect the wound, and then suture it up. Oh shit, I wasn't even paying attention. So splint and a bandage. So suture kit. Oh. Ah! The good thing is they give you plenty of medical supplies. But yeah, you can occasionally get shot with gunshot wounds, and you'll have to like pull the bullet out yourself. And for people who don't like bones breaking and stuff like that, relocating it back in. Ow. That would beyond hurt like hell. And like this is the worst thing too, because it's like, hey, jump in the Fulton balloon. That shit wouldn't work. And yeah, you definitely need, if you were to ever do something like that, you definitely need something to like bite on. Cause like, was it people swallow their tongues when exposed to extreme pains like that? I think it was like, I think you swallow your tongue. I'm lucky enough, I've never broken a bone, so.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
That would hurt like hell. Cause like, thinking of Metal Gear Solid 5 balloon, that balloon is nuts. So, if you look over, yeah, we got a dead body. But, if you, the balloon in Metal Gear Solid 5, it just shoots you straight up, like in an instant. And like the helicopters pick you up, or pick up your soldiers and stuff. So yeah, that thing weighs a hell of a lot. It takes like, what's it, 5 Hinds? Hind tank, or Hind D helicopters? And yeah, she didn't entirely want to do that. She feels bad. And Ocelot's all sad, like, that's the bullet.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
It's the lipstick gun.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
We're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Though in real life, I'm not sure what that actually. I think the backblast wouldn't be terribly bad. But yeah, those rockets are called Davy Crockett's. Hence, remember the Alamo phrase. So yeah, let's just nuke that place. So what better way to send a message and practically almost heat up the Cold War by saying, hey, an American nuke was used to blow up a Russian science lab. Fun. So we're kind of screwed. We need to do something. So we save. And always the rule of let's playing. If you can, create a new save.